everybody! Welcome back to another episode of, I almost said Final Fantasy 14. That's weird. I don't know where that came from. I haven't streamed that in forever. Fantasy Star Online Blue Burst. We're gonna do the last 2 hours of the Affinia 1.5 times EXP grind. And we're cutting it pretty close because the last 2 hours are gonna start in like less than 5 minutes, so we gotta get going. So without further ado, let's hit it. Had to make some final checks there. We're good to go. There we go. Make sure that microphone stays in place. Level 199. Let's see how far we get. I'll check and show the amount of EXP remaining for the next level up right before we start. Alright, let's hit it. Let's see. There it is. Screenshot it. Hey! Turn the music back on, man. It's panic music. Oh shit. Well, there you go. It's appropriate. Kind of clicked into the window. There we go. I'm waiting for an opening. I'll just do this. I did think about just busting this out, but I was like, yeah, it's too much work. We're already using a pretty lazy way to level. Why the fuck would I do that? There we go. Had to adjust the volume real quick. Can't stop smiling because I'm remembering a funny moment. Something I just saw in a DM. Somebody was teasing me a little bit about my questionable driving in Las Vegas from the last Sumicon vlog that I left off on. Somebody decided to do a little bit of teasing about it. Gave me a good laugh. I gotta be careful, she might be watching and listening right now. Oh, both of them. My questionable driving ethic. Let's just put it that way. It wasn't on purpose, damn it. Kinda. Not entirely. I'm half joking. Not really. But I am. But no. Wait, what's my ending HP gonna be at? At 1662. When I reach 200, was it gonna be like 1689 or something? I never actually bothered checking how much it went up each level, so. It'd be nice if it ended up at a clean 1700, but I don't think it's gonna happen. This would have been a better starting song, but it's where we left off. It is what it is. Just it all the time.
Let me show you who I am, what I'm here for. Here
That yell synced up with the dragon. That was kind of funny.
Bruh.
Dragon's Claw Marshmallow. In every cereal box. Way Sonic teases Metal Sonic here at the end. He's like, hey, if you ever want to go another round, you know where to find me. Something like that. I'll play with you some other time. Which is not what he says that somewhere else, but it's basically along the same lines. totally wasn't just talking about I totally wasn't just talking about the DM or anything, or my questionable driving ethic in Las Vegas or anything like that. How you doing? Finally home from Toronto. Listen, all I'm gonna say is that here in the States, the carpool lane is it's a suggestion. It's not a hard. It's a suggestion. It's not a hard like you have to do it. It's just kind of like we suggest you do this, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. Cops are gonna come knocking at my door if I go any further. That's just St. Evidence. She's like, son of a...
Holy shit!
I hope you guys had a great time in Toronto, though. I got a little hungry when you said you guys went to a hot pot. I was like, ooh. Like, was it a family and friend function, or just like... I mean, you don't have to answer that, but either way, I hope the food was tasty. I hope it was a good time, though. Like, it's not always just about the food you eat when you go to things like that. It's about who you're eating it with, you know? The company that you share food with, that, like, makes the meal so much sweeter, too, you know? So I just hope it was a good time. Slash lobby. Go to visit June's godfather at least once a month? Oh, sweet! That's really cool. Well, like I said, I hope you guys had a great time then. The doorway doorstop there. He had no family up here until June moved to Canada. Oh wow, so he's lived there longer than June then. So June's not like the first of his family to move to Canada then. That's interesting. I can safely say I don't have any family in Canada, unfortunately. Except now with you guys. I have you guys. But in terms of like flesh and blood relatives or anybody else in general, really, no. I just know you guys. June's already threatening to disown me from the family because I have like 10 to 12 K-pop songs in my Spotify playlist though. Well, that was the first Tonyo counter. After getting home, I mean, the separate from the ones that happened at Anime North. And now it's the HOV lane, the carpool lane thing. You know what's funny is one of the last tracks I was actually listening to before starting the stream yesterday was one of those K-pop songs that I just mentioned. I think it was La Di Da by Everglow. And then it's just like 5 minutes after the stream starts, June comes in. And I was like, well, it's a good thing he didn't know what I was listening to right before the stream started. Ah yes, we've started the Shadow the Hedgehog soundtrack. Smack! I need to check something actually. Nothing to do with the music. Okay. I had to check when Father's Day was. It's the 21st. Because when he mentioned the... Yeah, when he mentioned the sale or whatever that she took advantage of, I was like, isn't Father's Day still quite a bit out? It is. I didn't know they started... Well, I guess, yeah, they always try to capitalize on the holidays like half a month out. Yeah. You know, Shadow the Hedgehog was kind of a grind if you tried to, like... Well, actually, regardless of whether you wanted to get the true ending by getting all the other, like, normal endings, some of the missions that you had to do in that game, like, they were... I think they were trying just a little too hard to make the gameplay, like, different from just Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic Heroes. But some of the levels were kind of like mini open worlds with mission objectives that were a little annoying. The story was decent for that game, but it's definitely when I personally felt like the quality of Sonic games started going downhill pretty fast at that point. I think, yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog was... I still, you know, like I said, I still liked it and everything, but I definitely jumped ship shortly after that. But again, that's mostly because of Maple Story. It's not like because I moved on to other kinds of games. I moved on to Maple Story and got hooked onto that for 6 years. If Maple Story hadn't come along, I don't know which franchises that I played back then I would have continued to play if I didn't get hooked on the Maple Story. It's interesting to think about. Which ones would I have kept playing? I can only judge based on the ones that I came back to after Maple Story. Like FF12 launched right around the time I started Maple Story, and I got the collector's edition and everything for PS2. And I remember attempting to finish it twice and I couldn't. because I preferred playing MapleStory instead. Eventually I went back to finish it. I thought it was alright. 13 I didn't even bother. I watched my brother play and was like, this isn't really my thing. '15 I only played because my ex got me into it and wanted me to play it on stream for her. Like, not like here on Twitch, but rather it was, like, she wanted me to stream it for her because she wanted to see my reaction to it because she played it and liked it. And I met her through FF14, so I'd already played 14. And yeah, so I played 15. I liked that one a lot because of the road trip aspect. That was fun. Let's see, what other franchises? Oh, one franchise I obviously stuck to, because I've already brought it. I say obviously because I've already said this a million times. But one of the franchises I did stick to alongside MapleStory was Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. I stuck with that every time like a new one would come out and stuff. That was like the only other game franchise that I was playing alongside MapleStory. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I did not keep up with the Zelda series. I believe, yeah, I still to this day have not played Skyward Sword, for the originally released for the Wii. But I heard it was pretty good. From a friend that I met through MapleStory that did play it. She said it was amazing. And I will play it because I did buy the like HD remastered version of it for the Switch. I'll be doing my first playthrough on stream one day. Probably a lot sooner than I... Well, no, I had already... My streaming schedule was... Before I kind of interjected the horror marathon that we're still kind of in the middle of, but is like on pause at the moment. Originally I had planned after finishing like PSO2 NGS, I was gonna go into... Well, hell, the PSO franchise that I played through that I've done so far on Twitch, in and of itself was an interjection as well. Originally, when I finished the FF7 Rebirth, I was gonna... I had planned to play Legend of Dragoon and Legend of the Gaia, which I did. And then I was gonna actually do a playthrough of my favorite Final Fantasy games, so not like a full marathon. And replay FF7 Remake and Rebirth in the process so I could give like my afterthoughts about Rebirth. And then lead into Kingdom Hearts and then finally back into FF14 so I could play Dawn Trail for the first time as well, because I had launched after Rebirth. But then I, like right around when I finished Legend of the Gaia, I was like, you know what, I want to acknowledge this other, this other RPG from my childhood, which was Phantasy Star Online. And yeah, that led into, like, I was like, let's catch up with that series. I heard that it's still going and that the newest game is, New Genesis and all that stuff. But I know nothing about what's been happening since this game, right? Let's go check it out. So I started a little marathon of that franchise with this game, right? With the sub goal of reaching 200 as well. But so after finishing New Genesis, I was planning on doing what I said I was going to do before interjecting it. I was going to start playing Final Fantasy again. And I had planned to do a Zelda marathon after Dawn Trail. But yeah, then I interjected Phantasy Star, which took up an entirety of last year. No regrets. I love the whole journey. This game, Phantasy Star Universe, PSO2, New Genesis, despite its mediocrity, it was still, mostly enjoyable going through the story, especially towards the end. It picked up towards the end, towards the latest, content. It actually finally picked up. But base PSO2, that's an adventure to remember right there. That's the meat and potatoes. The classic PSO2 was a fantastic journey. I'm still sort of picking up the scraps on that one because I still gotta watch the last 6 episodes, the second half basically of the PSO2 anime, the one that I guess covers some of the plot holes from episode 4 of the game. I have to pick up where I left off on the Gooner episode, the fan service episode that has Aika being really naked. Hot Springs episode, that's what it was. But yeah, other than that, fantastic playthrough, like I said. So I have no regrets. I'm glad I interjected this. Especially because by doing that, it's how I got to meet Mantis in June and Pizza Maid. Not in that order. I actually met Pizza Maid first, technically, but still. I'm glad I decided to interject the Phantasy Star playthrough amongst my little stream schedule. Because that's how I met my friends. So yeah, definitely no regrets. But yeah, after New Genesis, I plan to go back to Final Fantasy, but because of how long it took to get through the entire Phantasy Star marathon that I did, they announced and released Resident Evil 9, and I want to play that. I don't want to have to duck spoilers for that forever, so I moved that up in my plans. That's when I decided to do the whole like horror marathon and leading into Resident Evil, yada yada. What's the stream schedule we're on now? Yeah, I guess that's it. When it comes to like the things that the franchises that I sort of like, I caught up on, I guess, to see what I missed after being sucked into the MapleStory rabbit hole for 6 years. I don't feel like I missed a lot. The games that I went to go back and play. Now, granted, like I said, there's still a few games I haven't gone back to play, like Zelda Skyward Sword. I might play that, and I might be like, holy shit, I totally missed out on this because of MapleStory. This is great. Twilight Princess, I did catch up on. I did play that already on the Wii. I have it for the Wii, which I deeply regretted. My wrist did not like that at all. I really should have bought the GameCube version instead. That was a big mistake. So hopefully the port or remaster of that on the Switch will be much more comfy to play. Twilight Princess, I mean. Yeah, that game, I didn't enjoy it as much as I know I would have if I got it on GameCube instead. Like, it was definitely a solid game. I just couldn't enjoy it because of the way you had to play it on the Wii. It completely ruined the experience for me. But I could tell that if I had played it on just a normal controller, if they had given me that option, or if I just bought it on GameCube so I could do that, I would have enjoyed it way more, because the game felt very solidly designed. It felt good. Even if it's not the best Zelda game, I don't know how other people feel about it, it was definitely still a solid Zelda game. And I think I do remember thinking to myself, if I ever play this again, I'm gonna do it on GameCube, and I know I'll like it way better. Now it's gonna be on the Switch instead, but I still know that I'm definitely gonna like it way better. I'm never playing it on the Wii again, that's for sure. I never did too. I've only ever played Twilight Princess one time because of that. I was like, I'm not playing through this shit again. On the Wii anyway. I was like, Oh, I guess I kept up with the Resident Evil series, yeah. I kept up with Resident Evil as well during MapleStory. During my MapleStory addiction, I did break off to play that too. I did keep up with those. Like, I played Umbrella Chronicles on the Wii, the Dark Side Chronicles, Resident Evil 5. Yeah. 6, obviously. But 6 came out literally, like, right after I quit MapleStory, so... Right after reaching level 200 and quitting, like a month or two later is when Resident Evil 6 came out. I remember leading up to Resident Evil 6, I might have said this on stream before actually, but leading up to the release of Resident Evil 6, Me and my brother actually played a lot of Resident Evil 5 co-op. Specifically, we got into the Mercenaries game mode. We fucking love that. And to this day, I think that's definitely the most enjoyable Mercenaries mode for me. Is Resident Evil 5's. It's the one that feels the most like solidly built. I like the structure. It's very structural and very. It's like mechanical in a way that I really like. It's mostly because of Resident Evil 5's gameplay design. It's very. It like satisfies some of my OCD, the way it's designed, the way Resident Evil 5's gameplay is designed. Co-op or not. Obviously 1,000 times better co-op, but I'm just saying like just yeah, just the basic like gameplay mechanics, the way it's designed. Resident Evil 6 by comparison just felt a little sloppy. Like they were trying too hard to turn the game like even more action-based than 5. They made it like more fast-paced, which isn't necessarily bad, but the mechanics have to be done right, and some of them feel a little sloppy. Like there's a lot of cheap moments, or just feeling like you don't have full control of your character in Resident Evil 6. And not just when you're playing through the story, where there's a lot of like cinematic cutscene kind of gameplay, you know, where it feels like an interactive movie. Even when you just play the Mercenaries in Resident Evil 6, where it's just no cutscenes, no gimmicks, it's just straight up gameplay, like just the regular gameplay, feels a little unpolished for Resident Evil 6. Like your character slides around a little bit too much. You never feel like you have full control of your character. I felt like it definitely felt more tight and locked down for 5. 5 just felt more polished. Six felt a little rushed, even though it wasn't, and it had a bigger budget, but it's because directionally it was just all over the place. Yeah, I think they just tried to do too much at once with that game. That being said, for people who did master it though, who did master Resident Evil 6, it is pretty impressive to see like fucking pros going in on the Mercenaries mode for 6. Like if you do master its clunkiness, you can pull off some Matrix shit, like some really fancy. Like it can look very stylish in the hands of someone who really knows what the fuck they're doing. Like it does look pretty cool, and that's what Capcom was aiming for, was to give people like the thing a lot of Resident Evil fans don't want to acknowledge because they don't like the movies too much, is that the movies actually started inspiring the games a lot when the pivot between like Resident Evil 5 and 6 happened. So I know for Resident Evil 6 they were trying to go for a cinematic feel, but also let the player character like move around, kind of like the crazy action shit you would see in the movies with like Mila Jovovich and all that shit, like doing like borderline backflips and acrobatics and shit, like all that crazy shit. They really wanted to put that into the games, basically, starting with 6. That's definitely what they were going for. But that's why some of the mechanics came out a little sloppy, because they were trying to go more for style than substance, and 5 had more substance than style. I think it had a perfect balance of the two, to be honest. Because if you look at like pro Mercenaries runs of Resident Evil 5 as well, they're also pretty fucking cool to watch. Even though me and my brother grinded the shit out of that, like couch co-op, we never reached that level. Like once the internet became more of a thing and YouTube and all that, and I actually looked up like actual pros playing Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries and 6, I was like, dude, we were dog shit compared to these guys. I was like, we may have grinded the hell out of these games, but we never got as good as these guys. Like, some of those crazy motherfuckers, like, completely put us to shame. Even knowing where all the enemies, even like grinding enough to memorize where all the enemies were and being able to kill them all, kill every single enemy before the timer ran out, we still struggled like a lot to actually do that. And then when I watched like actual pro co-op runs on YouTube like many years later, these motherfuckers were finishing off the last enemy with like 2+ minutes to spare. Whereas me and my brother way back in the day, like, we would barely manage to kill the last enemy if we managed it at all. With like only a second or two to spare most of the time. It was crazy. I mean, I think it took us like well over a year of playing before we even knew you could kill all the enemies. We always thought it was just timer based. We didn't even know there was a cap on the enemies. I think it was only till we actually like, we didn't buy it, but somehow we got our hands, oh yeah, we got our hands a whole, well, we found a way, I'm just gonna phrase it carefully here. We found a way to get our hands on a PDF version of a Brady Games strategy guide for Resident Evil 5. I think it was a gift from someone, we'll just put it that way. I think we've discussed enough illegal activities on this stream for one stream. It was a gift, we're gonna put it that way. We got gifted a PDF version of the strategy guide. And that's how we found out that there was an enemy cap. For Mercenaries mode. That was true for 6 as well, but 6 just kicked our ass. I did mention this on stream before. The 6 Mercenaries mode, it just... And no matter which stage you played, the difficulty spikes dramatically after you kill a certain number of enemies. Like, it's absolutely insane. And 5 didn't do that. 5's difficulty stayed consistent across the... It stayed pretty consistent in the Mercenaries mode. From start to finish for each level. Like, yeah, stronger enemies would appear after you kill a certain amount of, like, the weaker ones. But they weren't, like, super OP compared to the starter enemies. The enemy design for 6 is brutal. The fucking Juavo just being able to mutate literally any body part. It's like, 5 was bad enough when you thought you killed an enemy by popping their head off and then the fucking parasite would sprout and sometimes you would lose your combo because of that. Because it doesn't count as a kill till you actually kill the parasite that sprouts as well. But then 6 took it further by making it so that, like, literally any limb you shoot on the Juavo can make them mutate, which makes them take way less damage until they finish mutating. The mutation usually makes them incredibly strong or annoying. And yeah, it was just a whole new level of difficulty. We were just like, fuck this. We gave up on that one pretty quick. The RE6 Mercenaries, I mean. It's way harder than Resident Evil 5's. It was really fun playing through the story, though. Playing through the entire story, all the campaigns that you could do at co-op on launch for Resident Evil 6. We did the whole thing, and yeah, it was pretty fun. It definitely was not as satisfying as 5. 5 was still a better game overall, even for co-op. But it was still fun, you know. But we only did that like once. You know, we played through the whole story one time. I mean, that's the telling part of it, right? 6 we only played once because it was that, like, it wasn't boring, but it wasn't exciting enough to make us want to go through another playthrough. It was just, unlike 5, it was just way too much of like a movie simulator, you know? Like, the story mode for 6 is very much on rails. It's just like, it's like a holding W simulator, as they would call it, if you're playing like on keyboard, like holding forward, you know? It's too much of a movie game. Like the game's just constantly pushing you forward. It's the same thing that annoyed people about Resident Evil 3 Remake. That's why people were actually drawing comparisons when that came out and they played it. They're like, dude, Resident Evil 3 Remake just feels like 6 all over again. Is how some people, and yeah, I think it's an accurate comparison. It just feels like the game's just rushing you along the whole time. Like you're just being pushed forward. 5 didn't feel like that at all by comparison. You could actually kind of take your time in several. There were like plenty of places where you could just take your time. Some big exploration zones, not much, but I think there's only like one major exploration zone. But you never felt like you were being rushed along. Until obviously the very last stage, because, you know, spoiler alert, every Resident Evil game always has, you know, a big dramatic escape sequence-esque kind of ending, right? Oh, well, they eventually broke off from that pattern, but, you know, back then they were still doing that, so. But yeah, 6 from start to finish just feels like you're being pushed forward constantly. And lo and behold, the campaign most people actually liked is the one that doesn't feel like it's doing that too much excessively. It still does, but not excessively, which was Leon's campaign. As it tries to stick to that survival horror kind of pacing, whereas the other 2 or 3, Ada's is variable, but the other 2 campaigns are very action heavy, so that one's just, you're just being pushed forward for those 2. So 2/3 of the game feels like it's just rushing you along. Only Leon's campaign feels like it feels a little bit more well-paced. Even so, even that one has like some pretty boring segments at times. Where you're just kind of like, oh fuck, this is kind of slow. Ironically, right? But it's because they make you do puzzles that are not, they're just kind of there just to say that they're there, basically. They're not interesting, they just kind of get in the way. They feel like a chore, unlike more traditional Resident Evil puzzles. Resident Evil puzzles have always been easy, especially if compared to like Silent Hill, from what I've seen. Because I've never played that franchise, but just when I've seen like speedrunners play it and all that stuff, and they describe it and all that. So they've always been easy, but they were also always a little fun and interesting, at least, even on replays. But 6 is just not. 6 just feels so generic. Like even the puzzles feel generic, is what I'm saying. Like just. Again, the game just feels rushed. It just feels rushed. Even though it probably wasn't. Neon Pinky has reached level 200.
Dylan!
Congratulations, Neon Pinky. Hell of a name.
You son of a bitch.
Work might be picking up for me next month, so depending on when it does pick up, if it lines up too well with the next EXP boost for Affinia, I may or may not be able to stream as much as I want to. I should be able to, though. I should be able to. Even if work picks up, I should be able to. And if I am able to stream as much as I have on past Affinia boost weeks, well, I think there's a very good chance we'll get 200 in July. We'll cross the finish line of this crazy grind. The Dragon Loop serial will finally come to an end. Gonna be bittersweet for sure. With all the memes that came out of this, it's gonna be bittersweet. Oh god, here we go. Good thing that level 200 ticker ended my constant, seemingly endless ranting and rambling about Resident Evil. June says the carpool HOV lane is not a suggestion, Leon. Unlike the Geneva suggestions, which don't matter. Holy shit. That's dark. He's right, but it's dark. I mean, we all know. Nobody ever honors those things. The Geneva Convention is what he's talking about. And that's what I'm referring to. Nobody ever honors that. Yeah, that's true. As dark as that is, it's true. We all know it's true. It's naive to think anybody's gonna play by any certain set of rules in war, you know? But yeah, going back to the carpool thing, I played the 5th. I played the 5th. It's only a war crime if it's committed during wartime. There you go. So what I did with the carpool lane, it's only a crime if I get caught. I didn't get caught. No crime was committed. I actually never told anybody this, but every time I go on road trips, I have a friend that comes with me that just never want to be on camera. So they go quiet when I record. They're in the car, but they don't say anything. Hello? Hello? Police? This guy right here. That's the horny. Get him. Well, he's not only horny, but he's also committing crimes in carpool lanes with friends that may or may not be imaginary for the purposes of this conversation and not incriminating myself. Yeah, there may or may not have been another person in the car that just wasn't on camera, you know? That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Shit!
That's him, officer. That's the guy who goons the characters from video games he doesn't even play. Wait, is Record of Lodos War, is that a... Did that also get turned into a video game, or... The chick? Oh shit. That was a... The palm of my hand slipped there when I was trying to grab the controller again. Instant jail. Yep. Instant horny jail. Feels fucking bad, man. So, I'm actually thinking about it too. I'm like, wait. Which character from which video game? That kind of proves his point a little bit, but like I'm actually wondering which characters I've like fanboyed over. Which female characters have I fanboyed over from games I haven't played? Oh, okay, so I was right. So there is a game about one of the characters from Record of Lodos War. Okay. There's a game for Deedlit. The naked chick that was just on screen. Alright. It came out 2 years ago. It's pretty cool that they're... I like that... You can either say that they're still making media or that they're like bringing... They're bringing back franchises from way back in the day, or things that things that like popped off a long time ago. They're making a comeback by making new media of them these days, like Samurai Pizza Cats, fucking old ass show from the 90s, I guess. I think it was getting a video game that was supposed to come out this year, but I guess it got delayed till next year. Like it's pretty crazy how much nostalgia baiting the entertainment industry is doing these days. But also not just nostalgia baiting, but like there's a genuine demand for like bringing back some franchises from back in the days, you know? So it's pretty cool that to know that an anime from back then is still generating content today. For Record of Lodos War, I mean. Deedlit in Wonderland. to look that up. There we go. Realized I had to make the size match up a little bit better with one sec. Oh, I'll take that. I had to make the size of the image match up better with Ultima. They're slightly different dimensions. Hold on a second. So it's not like perfect. There's gonna be a bit of a cutoff. Give me one sec. There's a bit of a cutoff there. You can see part of Ultima still underneath that, yeah. For the most part, that works. There. Set up for next time. I was like, that image is a little too small. There we go. So I know when I put some of the other images, like they're a little bigger, so. Like Rune. The original character of that artist. Rune with the little ribbon. There's actually a version of that one where she's wearing a red ribbon, but I like the light blue one better. I was like, it's more my color. Go with that one. Ah, damn, but it also increased the size of that one. So anytime I switch between them, I'm gonna have to, like, resize it, basically. Oh well. It's whatever. For those who don't know what I'm talking about. Her! Yeah, normally this one's, like, of that size, so... She's a cute OC. She's a cute original character. Man, I am gonna feast after this is over. Because I'm going for 2 hours, and I haven't actually eaten dinner yet. Because I'm doing an early stream, you know, so I can catch the EXP boost before it's over. Ooh, as soon as this shit's over, I'm gonna fucking munch. Not carpet, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking eat. It's gonna be a good time. Fax me a plate of carne asada? I'll do exactly that. If only we were eating carne asada today. Can you imagine just grabbing the plate of food and just putting it on the scanner and just fucking short circuits the scanner because of the juice from the meat, you know? It's just fucking... And then eventually, you know, the fax machine is broken. In a perfect world, we would be able to teleport food. We'd be able to teleport anything, including ourselves. Then we could actually visit our friends on other continents or on the other side of the planet within seconds instead of having to get on fucking planes cramped full of people. You know? That'd be sick. Realistically, though, without teleportation, the technology we do have to visit people like in China within 2 hours is evacuated transport tube systems. Now, some people probably heard that and went, "What?" I'll explain. To put it simply, it's basically a maglev train. For those who've been to Japan, you've probably seen them, but they're also a little bit here too. Like in certain places, like the monorail at Disneyland. Actually, that one, no, I think that one actually uses wheels, never mind. But magnetic levitation trains, so they don't make contact with the rail that they're on. So they use magnetism to float over the rail. They have these in Japan, like I said. But you combine that, and then you cover the entire rail with a tube that becomes a vacuum. It sucks all the air out of it, with the train inside the tube, obviously. So then the train can speed up and never get slowed down by wind resistance, or air, basically. No drag, because it's a vacuum. They make the whole thing a vacuum. And then the train can reach unimaginable speeds, basically. And with what they're able to make, if somebody ever created this, if somebody ever got the funding to make this, they could theoretically make a train that could do that. That could take you from like Los Angeles to China in 2 hours. Which is an insane amount of speed. Nah, basic law of teleportation requires disassembling your body and resume. Oh yeah, that's why I'm saying everything I'm saying, because like, yeah, that's why I said realistically, since we can't teleport, the next best thing would be what I said, the evacuated transport tube systems. The website might still be up for the one that I saw like well over a decade ago. I think it was called ET3 or something. Like, I can look it up right now, but it was a website for one that they had proposed for like testing between to test out the concept between LA and San Francisco. Of course, it's still just sitting in like what in video games they would call it development hell, right? Where it just never goes anywhere. The project is just sitting there pending. They still can't finalize actually building the fucking thing because nobody cares enough to fund it. But they were gonna test the concept that I just described between LA and San Francisco. So you could travel between the two cities within, well, literal minutes. Within a handful of minutes, basically. Yeah, let me see. Because, yeah, I saw it... Whew, when I first saw this website, I was still on my old Dell XPS computer. See if it still exists. Evacuated transport tube system should be ET3. Some other shit comes up. I'm just gonna type out the whole thing. We'll wait till the next cutscene. Orbital elevators and drop pods. The only patriotic way to travel. Yes, we need the Ragnarok from Armored Core 2, right? That's what we should prioritize. Fuck being able to visit family and friends across the planet within a couple hours instead of, you know, 24-hour flights. Let's make an elevator to outer space where no one actually needs to go. And drop pods, I hadn't heard of that. I gotta look that up. I'm guessing that's just like, I don't know actually. I have no idea. Here, evacuated tube. There we go. Okay, let me kill this guy first. It's auto-filling, so yeah, it's still... You still find information on this. Okay. I almost wrote evacuated turd. Evacuated tube transport technology. Hey, there it is! It's still there! ET3.com, there it is! The website still exists! Yay! The ET3 Global Alliance Incorporated. Evacuated tube transport technologies. That's why it's ET3, because there's 3 T's basically. Evacuated tube transport technologies, ET3. A network of tubes. It's like the internet. It's a series of tubes that have the air removed to eliminate friction from magnetically levitated capsules. Bang, what I just described. Oh good, now the modern day, we have an AI overview of it, of course, from Google. ETT, evacuated tube transport, is a high-speed transit concept where magnetically levitated pods travel through near-vacuum tubes. By eliminating air resistance and friction, the system aims to achieve ultra-fast speeds, potentially up to 4,000 miles per hour, while using a fraction of the energy required by traditional modes of transportation. I think we just hit on why they've never done it then. How is the oil industry gonna pop off if you only have to use 1 gallon of gas to do that? You know, not that it would use gas, but I'm just giving it as a rough example. I was like, well, no wonder this never went anywhere. It's not profitable enough. You can't drain a resource and profit off of it. But good night, June. I just saw your message. Oh, you're gonna go nap, not go to sleep. But still, I hope you have a good sleep. Meanie. Sad to say, I might actually be right about that, by the way. Going back to the ET3 thing. Oh yeah, real quick. I did this late last stream. I'm doing early now. I just remembered. He's probably already gone, but I still want to give him a shout out for coming by. Thank you very much, Flynn. I appreciate you. There you go. Have a heart. Heart. But yeah. Yeah, the website's still there. et3.com. Don't forget the 3 or you're probably gonna end up on some website about the old fucking ET movie from the 80s. It's like, wait a minute, that thing can reach 4,000 miles per hour with only a fraction of energy? Like with like only a quarter tank of gasoline, let's just say for abstraction. Fuck that. That's gonna completely destroy the energy infrastructure when it comes to profitability. We can't have that. We'll have an economic collapse. Because anything that's actually technically and technologically efficient is the enemy of profit. Can't have that. You have to make sure things break down and they're slow and sluggish and inconvenient as hell so that you can charge people to make it slightly less inconvenient. Create tier systems like first class on airplanes. So you can milk some people out of more money than others, you know? Yada yada, the list goes on. When people try to say capitalism causes innovation, you pull up stuff like that and it's like, no, it does quite the opposite. It completely ruins it. Oh, I still needed a hit. There we go. It completely stifles it. It kneecaps it. To be more precise. It's like, oh, hold on, your invention's too good, man. You gotta make sure it, you gotta nerf it. Make sure it breaks down, so, you know, you can profit off of repairing it or selling more of the same shit over and over. There's a reason the saying exists about, you know, they don't build them like they used to. Yeah, it's on purpose. It's to make you have to buy it again. It's true, too. Seeing that shit creep up. I feel like every video game console I've bought, every new generation of video game console just has more and more tech issues than the last. And it breaks down faster than the last one. I think the PS3 was the first time I ever had to buy another one before the next generation came out. Yeah, because it stopped working. I think it was the first time I had to do that. Even the PS2 actually held out until the PS3 came out for me. It did start, but I won't lie, it did start having problems towards the end. But it didn't develop issues, the PS2 I mean. It really didn't develop issues at all until like the very end of its life cycle. I felt like the PS3 started developing issues for me much sooner than that. And then the PS4 even worse. Yeah, the PS4 definitely developed issues way before the PS3 for me. I'm talking about my experience. But like, does anybody remember when the Xbox 360 first came out and the red ring of death was a thing? Which was not even heard of for the first Xbox, the first generation of Xbox. I don't remember anybody complaining about that one at all. But when the 360 came out, everybody was like, oh my god. I remember there was, because it came out right around the time YouTube became a thing. So there was like YouTube video servicing of people bricked Xbox 360s, you know, that they paid like $200 for, whatever it cost back then. It's fucking crazy. It was so bad. Because they rushed the console to market so fast that it just like, they didn't optimize it at all. It's just like, had so many issues. Their plan worked though, because thanks to rushing it to market, it beat the hell out of the PS3 and other consoles and became like the most mainstream thing ever amongst gamers. Until the Xbox One and all that. And that just kind of proves my point. That's what I'm saying. It's more profitable to rush to market, quote unquote, a broken piece of shit product rather than taking your time and actually making it, you know, awesome and making sure it works. It's much more profitable to just release junk instead. As long as you can convince people to buy it with a good marketing team. So yeah, capitalism does not give innovation. It stifles it. It does not inspire innovation. It inspires innovation for how to scam people. Which is what that was, basically. All the people who had their red ring of lights. Or red ring of lights. It's like Final Fantasy 14 now. It's a ring of light! The red ring lights, you know? It does inspire that kind of innovation. How to scam people, yeah. I'll give it that credit where it's, you know, give it credit where it's due. It does do that, yeah. Makes you come up with ways to steal money from people, essentially. That's about all it's good for. And yeah, it really did work because nothing beat the Xbox 360 during that generation. Like that was anytime you talk to anybody who played video games, if they weren't a PC player, they were an Xbox 360 player. Like nobody touched the PS3 or the Wii. Like that was the go-to mainstream console in that era. Like everybody just had a 360 during that time period. So yeah. Scamming people works. Who cares if it doesn't work right? Just fucking put it on the market before any other console comes out. We'll be kings, and they work. They worked. This is literally right along the lines of why there's so much like gacha slop, or just slop in general. But like why modern video games are the way they are today, and why there's like a huge crowd of people that are now going for like indie titles. It's literally the same kind of concept. The big corporations found what works, so now they're just pumping out, you know, clones of the same type of game that are just meant to rob as much money as they can from you. Selling you waifus, husbandos, selling you clothing, NGS, you know, things like that. And the actual innovation comes from indie developers that are actually still passionate about making games and not just trying to make a buck. So the evidence is everywhere. You just have to look for it, but it's pretty much right in your face. Oh, I forgot to say this earlier, but the concept I was talking about earlier with regards to things breaking down faster, when I first started with the consoles and all that. For those who might not know that there's a term for it, it's called planned obsolescence, but there's also intrinsic obsolescence, which it's also a thing. They almost seem like the same thing, but they're two different. Like planned obsolescence is what I mentioned, where it's just like, I'll just, you know, make it cheap and shitty enough so people have to buy it over again. Intrinsic obsolescence is regardless of whether you want to make it cheap or not, the parts you're using to make whatever you're making are cheap in and of themselves. Even if you don't want it that way, basically, because wherever the parts are coming from, you know, they're just doing whatever they can to cut costs. So even if you want to make something the best you can, you're limited to, you know, wherever you get your materials from. Most of the time you have to go to some manufacturer, whatever company is like harvesting the minerals or whatever materials you're trying to get. And the quality of the materials can be quite questionable because of the way they have to cut costs to actually be able to make a profit selling them. So even if you don't have nefarious intentions with your product, it's still going to be kind of cheaply made, just because the parts that you had to source from other places that you couldn't get yourself to make your product are probably going to be very cheap. Like cheaply made materials, raw materials. Cheaply manufactured, yada yada. I'm the chosen one! I've been yapping a lot on this one. I feel like it was a roller coaster of topics there. Talking about my MapleStory days and how I went from that to talking about the games I missed out on or didn't miss out on or caught up on later. Talking about my stream schedule. Talking about the inefficiencies of our economic system. Evacuated tube trains. Yeah. A lot of shit. Oh, plethora of fucking topics there. I gotta rest my voice now though. We still got another 50 minutes to go before this is over. I gotta chill out for a second, just focus on the grind for a bit. So go ahead and take over, Rune. It's all on you, honey. You got this. Fuck my ass off. Blood was yapping. What's Blood yapping about? The main Shadow the Hedgehog theme, followed by I love how they mixed in the Sonic Adventure 2 theme. That was the scene where Shadow transforms into Super Shadow or whatever. For the finale. I love how it starts with the theme song for his game, and then it just morphs into the Sonic Adventure 2 theme. That was incredibly well done. Like, that is such a great fucking finale. Like, that is a great moment in the finale for Shadow the Hedgehog. Right before the final boss fight. Good shit. Like, most of the game is mediocre, but it has its moments. That is one of them. I'll never turn back. Okay, yeah, we're definitely hitting 200 in July. Just looked at the XP. I was like, yeah, we're there's no doubt about it. Probably happened near the end of the week, but yeah, we're definitely hitting 200 in July. I think it's gonna land on a very early week in July too, so it's gonna be before my work actually picks up. No, it's like mid-July. Still might be before, but still. 50-50 chance. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, if I counted that right just now, it's literally on 4th of July. Yeah, I think it's actually going to be on 4th of July when the XP week starts again. It's going to start on 4th of July weekend, Saturday, July 4th. Oh yeah, I was right. Early July. Sweet. I'll finish the grind before the real life grind starts. Good shit. That's very convenient. I like the timing. What amazing. Gonna happen to us. we go. I got back the soul animator I used the other day. Or no, earlier this stream at the beginning when I got stunned. That's right. I got a free reimbursement. We're at the end of my Sonic playlist on Spotify, and it's basically just all the Crush 40 soundtracks. If you're wondering why it sounds like we're hearing the same music again, that's why. But this also includes Crush 40 tracks from games that are not, that came out after Shadow the Hedgehog, which are not included on this playlist, so there'll be some new tracks in a bit. Nothing wrong with a bit of an encore of the classics, though. Oops. Yeah, fucking teletype.
Bruh.
Fight you all the way. Fucking stuck. Man, I feel like Noctis right now. When he's looking at and salivating over the food he's gonna eat. After like Ignis makes it, or when you go to like a restaurant or something. And he says, oh yeah, here it comes. And no, I'm not doing that because of the image in the corner, you know.
He's pulling his cock out.
No, I'm doing that because I'm legitimately looking forward to eating right after this is over, and we got about 14 minutes left. So I'm just like, ooh, it's almost food time. I mean, yeah, Deedlet's a snack too, like, sure. But, I mean actual food that keeps you, like, alive, you know, energy. So, yeah, you know.
Come on, dude, bullshit.
I'm ready to fucking eat. Again, not carpet. That's nice, but, you know. I want actual food right now. I mean, what?
What?
Look at this dude.
What the fuck? You son of a bitch!
I thought that went pretty well with the song, so had to hit it. The crowd cheer. Damn it. Picked up another useless item. An antidote. Come on. Don't bullshit me. Oh. I'll take that. See ya. Yoink. The lace is gonna benefit from all this. Again with the sync up with the dragons. Yeah! Dragon's rocking out, man. Oh shit. Last 6 minutes, we're in countdown, Dick Clark. Richard Clark. I love how much of a kick Lantis got out of that. And everyone else about the fact that I met a dude named Richard at an adult anime convention. A guy named Dick. He was a lifetime badge holder too. There she is! The legendary Dick! Yes!
He's pulling his cock out!
I low-key regret not getting a selfie with him just so you guys could see. You're like, this is him, it's Dick! But you know what? If he remains... If life circumstances remain well enough for both of us, and he remains committed to going to these anime cons that he goes to every year, I'll probably see him again at SumiCon next year. Well, I'll definitely get a picture with him then. Oh, you're working on the box art? Oh my god, thank you so much, Lantis. Oh god, my voice is disappearing. I did yap too much during the first hour of this. Holy shit, my voice is starting to crack. I can't wait to see it when it's done though. Holy shit. Thank you so much, Lantis. I appreciate that. Oh, that's gonna be sick. Being able to see that and maybe even show it on stream like after hitting 200. That's gonna be some good shit. The Dragon Loop cereal box art. I hope you're not overworking yourself with too many projects though. I remember how busy you were with the cosplay before, but I imagine you're also probably helping with helping Pizza set up the Charathon event too, so don't stress yourself out too much. That's gonna be the next thing that happens after this. Before hitting 200. The weekend before 200. Basically. The weekend before 4th of July weekend. Will be the Charathon event for pizza. That's gonna be fun. We got time for one more for sure. And that's it. Like, yeah, looking at where the time is now, there's no way we'll squeeze another one in. We just got one more kill and that's it. The EXP boost will end after that. Especially after fucking up like that. Oops. There. Last kill coming up. The end of Dragon Loop Zero for this week. For this month. Gonna be our ending total. 3,467,000. Well, you know, a little bit less once I kill this thing, but just over 3 million EXP left. Any minute now the message will come up. You've had a change of fortune. Well, no, that only applies if if it affects me. Otherwise I won't see shit. Oh, there it is. The daily luck forecast has changed. Okay, so I guess everybody sees it then. It's just if it affects you, it's a little different because it says your luck has changed or something. Oh, that message means it is now midnight in Universal Time Code, which means this grind is officially over.
Son of a bitch.
Fucking perfect timing with the song, eh? That was good shit. Alright, let's see. Whew. Alright, folks, well, there you have it. Another grind down. That's another double EXP, or sorry, 1.5 times EXP week done. And our next one will be our last. This grind is coming to an end. The Dragon Loop serial is finding its final closure. It'll kick off officially on 4th of July weekend. So, it's Bon! Hi, Bon! Oh god, hold on. I still don't remember the wave, so I'm just doing the bow. But I'll do this. But yeah. So, for everybody who came by, you know, as always, thank you all very much for the support. I appreciate, well, all the support I get on all the platforms. Thank you very much. Big shout out to Lantis, working on the Dragon Loop serial box art, and for always being here on every stream. I appreciate you very much. And yeah, to everybody, as I always like to say, please take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Don't die until the war is won, like the song just said. And until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace. Enjoy the outro music. Take it away, Vaughn. Wait.
Son of a bitch.
Oh! Sauce 2 got a sigh of God or something. So, congrats to them too. That's why I said wait, because I wanted to see the ticker that was rolling by. Anyway, good night, everybody.